Welcome, everybody. I think we are live at 5. Awesome. Well, first of all, guys, I'm super fired up to be sharing this platform right now with you. About 800 people on the call on a Sunday nights. It's crazy because I remember not too long ago, a couple years ago, I used to be the person that comes Sunday, I would start dreading. Over here in America, we have American football comes on. People are cool, but I kind of just be like this negative mindset. I'd be depressed. I'd be like, man, I got to go to either it was work or it was going to school. I didn't love what I was doing. I hated Sundays knowing that Monday was coming. Monday was upon us. But now it's so funny. We live in this world now, this whole entire different dimension, this matrix of where Mondays to us are now becoming our favorite days. Or Mondays are my favorite days because not only do the pay looser wires hit from the week before on Mondays, but also Sunday nights, the markets are open. You have a 7-figure mentorship call. You have the night owl session with Christopher Terry in about 50 minutes. So, guys, every single Sunday, this is really something that, to me, I would get super excited about. If there's anybody logging in on another computer, yeah, appreciate it. Another chairman must be slipping on the call. Sheesh. Let me try to pin my video. There we go. So, guys, these Sunday calls, I've learned an immense amount of information, motivation, knowledge from the speakers who have come on here. So guys, one thing that I would have told myself years ago looking back is, these things, these calls, this is something always to be around. My mentor always told me, Austin, to stay around the campfire, be around the people that are going the places you want to go. Oftentimes I'll see people, whether it's other industries, other companies, or other teams, or whatever it may be, they'll say, I'm just going to listen to my upline. Well, my upline told me this, but I would just follow the people in the business that were doing what I wanted to do. When I first got involved in network marketing, I followed the people I wanted to follow, 6-figure earners, the 7-figure earners, the 8-figure earners. So, guys, these calls are really, a huge part of your success. Going to these events, so these are the things that I would just really recommend you guys take. But also when you walk away from the call, don't feel like you have to just have an abundant amount of information, because people send me, on Instagram and Snapchat, they'll show me their notes. They'll say, look, at the weekend, at convention, I got this many notes. I was reading this book, I did this many notes. Or, oftentimes as I travel, I'll ask people when we're doing trainings, and people will say, I'll say, who read Rich Dad Poor Dad? Everyone will raise their hand. Or who's read Think and Grow Rich? Everyone raises their hand. Who read Go Pro? Everyone raises their hand. But then I'll simply ask, what was on chapter 5? Nobody knows. What was on chapter 4 of Think and Grow Rich? What was on chapter 8 of, Rich Dad Poor Dad, or Business of the 21st Century? So my point is, on these calls, guys, don't feel like, because there's 52 Sundays in a year. So you're having 52 of these calls. And what we always talk about is, look, just grow 1% better. For those of you still jumping on the call, welcome. I know I kind of just went really right into it. I know we don't have much time. An hour is not that much time for a lot of information to give to you guys on a Sunday. And then Chris Terry's coming on here. So guys, if you're on here right now, really realize that we are now in the season of when most people take their foot off the brake. As I kind of drift away from that point of, just take maybe 1 or 2 things from each call. Just take one thing, like Jim Rohn says, one idea can double your income. You don't have to be the jack of all trades. You don't have to know all the quotes and know all these things. For every skill set you're building, for every, it's like a sport. For every skill, inviting is a skill, presenting is a skill, closing is a skill. So the people you see on these calls are not better than you, smarter than you. If you look at the top salesmen in the world, the top 1%, and then if you look at the top, the next 5%, the gap of income on the top salesman to the bottom 80% is like an extra 30 times more income. But it's literally physically impossible for a human being to be twice as smart as another person, to have 2 times the IQ as another human being, right? A normal average functioning human being. So it's not that people are smarter, they're better. So tonight's call, I wanted to take a different approach. I really don't want to regurgitate too much information that you may have heard on other calls or from myself previously. What I wanted to do is get more real and raw with you guys and do a Q&A session, allow you guys to come on here. I want to pick out certain questions, what's on your mind, feed into certain things that I see are, things that really help me. Because I know sometimes on these calls, they're called 7-figure mentorships. Not just 7-figure trainings, they are 7-figure mentorships. And when I look at mentorship, the difference between training and mentorship, or personal development and mentorship is when you can actually get feedback, you know? You can ask questions, or you can, it's a two-way party. I feel like training, a book, a webinar, a video, a book, can ask a book of questions. So on tonight's call, guys, I was thinking of what I wanted to talk about. I could have talked about a million different things. But yeah, on tonight's call, I really want to enable you guys with some things. At the very end, I'll talk about some things I feel as well. You know, obviously leading up to convention, you know, kind of some things that are on my mind that I wanted to share tonight. But guys, what I would love to see is you guys in the chat box really just asking your questions. I know a lot of people are going to ask questions at once, so try not to just keep, as I start answering the questions, so you guys can start posting your questions below. Try to think of something really detailed, something that really applies to the business, something relatable. I will be picking out the best questions and also rewarding you guys at the end of the call for those who stick on. You know, as my mentors told me, you know, absorb the information, be a sponge. I'll be giving away some Dre beats and some money at the end of tonight's call for people that took notes and stayed on the whole time. So guys, if you want to start asking questions in the chat box, once I start to answer them, refrain, pause, so we can not be overloaded with questions, and then we'll go on to more questions. So let's see. Someone said, how do I get a girlfriend? Sheesh. Catch pips, bro. Chase pips, and they will come. All right. How do I pack out a call? What's your best tool for retention? Touch up on building internationally. If you started all over again from scratch, what would you do first? I want to be quick with this. Let's just go through this. Okay, so let's just say, so what's your best tool for retention? Let's just go on that real quick, because here's a thing that you'll hear in network marketing, you know? And here's one thing I want to get across to you guys. There's never going to be any cookie cutter way. Even the ways that I'm describing, it's all through perception. It's all how you perceive what I'm teaching you, right? So the way Jason Brown does something, or David, or Yvonne, or the way that Richard Waitner, or the way that Julian Kushner, by the way, shout out, it's his birthday. Every day is your birthday when you're a chairman, especially Chairman 50. But, you know, the way that Matt Rosa, these guys, Dr. Spiller, China, Jewel, everybody's different. And that's why I always talk about, you got to have a multitude of mentors. So on these calls, you know, you're never going to learn one thing from just one person. That's why you can't just only follow your upline, right? So what I learned about retention is, you know, I had an interesting conversation with Matt. You know, last year we were traveling on tour, and I remember we pulled out our back offices. And, you know, Matt's obviously Chairman 500. He has the results that I want, him and Jason. And he pulled out his back office, and because I was talking about, because they saw how I had enrolled a lot of people the month before. I had enrolled almost about 40, 50 people. And he was like, wow, that's cool. And, you know, my mindset was in one way. And then he said, well, you know, I enrolled. He said, Austin, how many of those 50 people stayed? Because I was kind of, you know, talking about I gotta work deeper. You know, I'm stressing myself out. I need to work closer to the people that I'm enrolling. I'm enrolling a lot of people, you know, throwing mud against the wall. Not saying people are mud, but mud against the wall, just kind of falling off and not staying. As quick as I bring them in, they're going out. And he said, well, Austin, check this out. Last month I enrolled, you know, there's like 13, 14 people. He said, guess how many people stayed out of those 14 people I enrolled? I said, how many? He said, 13 stayed, only one quit. And then I looked at my numbers, and it wasn't even the ratio that made it look bigger. Like if I had 50 enrollments, you know, there was 42 that stayed. It was a lot less. It was a lot less prevalent than that. It was maybe like 22 people. So I was looking at it as his retention was a lot better. Part being was because of the way that he was building. So, you know, I've enrolled a lot of people. You know, I'm on the leadership boards. My son and I have 2 accounts on leadership boards. That's cool. But if you look at someone like, you know, maybe David or Yvonne or some of these guys, you know, there's other Chairman 100s, Chairman 50s that aren't on the leadership board because they enroll so much. So when it comes to retention, my previous business partner, you know, I would always go out there and try to enroll, obviously leading from the front, leading by example, going out there and doing meetings, enrolling. You know, when your team sees you do something, you know, you could talk, you can train, you can do whatever, but when your team sees you do something, the best way to motivate one of your teammates, and I always talk about this, I try to catch myself, don't use the word downline, use them as success partners or teammates. Nobody wants to be called a downline. But when you can go out there and, you know, you put somebody under somebody's team on a power leg, you know, what better way to motivate them? You know, when they see you working, when they see you bringing people home, people see what you're doing. You know, if they see you on Instagram, unless you're hiding under a rock, they see what you're doing. If you're at meetings, if you're consistent. And as Jason Brown just said the other day, you know, he's not impressed with talent. Everyone has talent on the call. Everyone has a specialty, a talent, a strength, but consistency. You know, when your team sees you consistent, that's really the breakthrough. And that's what it really is. So with retention, let's get back to this. So one thing that I do is I create a duplicatable way to enroll people. Now, when I enroll somebody, this is very important, guys. When I enroll somebody, obviously it gets a little more difficult with, enrolling as you enroll online or use social media. But this is what enabled me to go from 0 to Chairman 10 in 90 days. My first 5 days that I was in Imarketslive, I had never been to Mexico before, right? I went straight to Mexico. And for some of you guys on the call, like this is the 7-figure call. So I love when I can be a little more real. This isn't a basic training call. This is not the, let's get you started call. This is the 7-figure mentorship call. So for all of you, you're trying to go chairman, right? Chairman 10. Can you guys agree? Type a 1. Let me see if there's 1,000 people on the call. Let me see if the majority of the call is trying to go chairman here. Sheesh. A lot of ones. So when you enroll somebody, the way that you enroll them, here's the interesting part. Somebody, most people will spend 10 hours trying to enroll somebody, chasing them down, prospecting them, inviting them. And then when they enroll, they won't even spend 1 hour properly launching them into the business, right? We see this a lot. People get involved and they say, my upline ditched on me, or I don't have somebody helping me, or my guy's over here. Number one, never blame your upline. Let's just be a little raw right here. I'm going to go a little deeper into these questions, right? Always take the blame and always give the praise, right? That's just a leader, number one. Always look at yourself. Guys, I've had people cross-recruited from my team in the past 2 years into other teams, into other companies. Jason Brown, be my witness, strike me dead right now if I'm lying. Every time it happened, I got a little riled up. And in summer 2017, multiple people got cross-recruited from my team. I enrolled them. I didn't have much time to spend with them because I was always traveling, whatever it may have been. No excuses. I didn't have the time. They went to other teams in the company, and right away, they hit Platinum 600, Platinum 1000. Now, this is a touchy subject, but this is the truth. When that happened, ask Jason Brown himself. When I called him, he was like, look, Austin, it's up to you what you need to do. You have the proof. You can move them back to your team. Their whole teams will be moved, the Platinum 1000s. And I was a Chairman 25, trying to go Chairman 50, Chairman 100. But what I said to Jason was, I said, no. Look, all these people, there was like 5, 6 people who ranked up. I said, you know what? Keep them where they are. 2 reasons. Number one, they're getting more attention and time and love that I can't give. It's like a relationship. All your people you bring into the business is a relationship. And the way that you treat your people bringing into the business, you build from the ground up. That's what I love about network marketing. You're your own boss. Boss, also spelled backwards is SSOB. So you can either be a boss or you can be a stupid son of, right? You can be your best friend, worst enemy. So, in this business, you can build this way. When you build deep, when you build almost like a slower to build faster. Some people can go out there and, if people say, I'm going to come into this business, I've been looking at IML. I have a big team in another company. I'm going to join this company and I'm going to bring in 3,000 people my first 90 days. That's not a launch. That's a headache, right? Because you want to build foundation. So as you're enrolling, what was really important to me, when I first went to Mexico, started the company, I was working down there with people that had no success, that were brand new. We were taprooting, we were launching their list. We were doing meetings on meetings at Starbucks from AM to PM. We were doing events, promoting, doing trainings. But what mattered most was how we were getting people involved in the business. We didn't just throw them in. Guys, if you look at, first of all, forex, let's just be real. When I worked jobs before, when I would work at even just a simple grocery store, when I would go in, the first day they're like, okay, here's where this is, here's where that is, here, make sure you press these buttons before you press the key enter code here, and the register comes out. I was like, bro, what the hell is going on, right? So things are confusing, right? So you don't want to just go out there and information overload. That's why we always say, keep it super simple. When you launch somebody, number one, forex enough is confusing. Scanner this, swipe trade, bang, boom, chairman, this, that, convention. Like there's a million different things you can throw and it's just overwhelming. It's simple to you, but you got to think in the form of the newest person. Guys, people don't duplicate. Look at Alex Morton out there. This dude's literally blood, sweat, tears, putting his life on the line. Tour life is not easy. You see how it is. You see people like Jason, Matt, Yvonne, David, the top lead, Gary McSween, Garrett Wright. You see the people traveling the world. Juan Diego, you see Fernando Madero, Ivan Barongos, these people, Chavez. These people are out there working every single day, busting, even on their birthdays. Even on their birthdays. By the way, shout out Chavez. I saw it was your birthday the other day. I apologize. I saw the day after. Happy birthday to you, bro. But these people are chairmans. And they're pushing Chairman 25, Chairman 50. You know, these individuals, they're grinding on their birthdays. They're grinding on holidays. So these people set the expectation. Guys, there is no secret. So when I'm answering the question of retention, come back around to that. But guys, there is no like secret of how do you get chairman. You just really work your ass off. You know, the average person in America works 8 hours a day. Well, let's be real. 8 hours a day is spent mostly doing, not mostly work. The average American probably works like 2-3 hours a day of actual productive work for their company to produce income or what they're supposed to be doing. The average millionaire works about 13.5 hours a day on their craft. So, all right, majority of people in MLM, they do MLM as part-time. They have a full-time gig. They're in school. That's the beauty of it. So you work 6 hours, 8 hours a day. What do you do with the other 8 hours of your day? And doing these things. So when we would launch people, the first thing we would do is we would sit there and number one, we would really just ask them their why. I mean, you know, we always try to skip this stuff, you know, the hoorah, rah-rah, the excitement. You know, people always ask the how to. How do I do this? How do I invite? Teach me the how. Now. Teach me what to do. But the why is pretty important. If people know that your main motivation, your main movement to work with them is because you have their back office numbers memorized. You know, I see a lot of leaders, they have the volume of their top leaders memorized. They have their ranks memorized. They know how far away they are from the next rank themselves, but they don't know the names of the kids of their top leaders. They don't know their parents' names. They don't know their family. They don't know their situation. They don't know their why. Guys, so the first thing I do is I seriously paint that picture. It is very powerful. I'm going to tell you what, no bull. When I got into network marketing, when I saw it was real, when I saw the checks, when I saw this, when I saw the lifestyle, when I started expanding my mind, you know, listen, once the mind is expanded by an idea, it can never go back to its what? Original form. So I'll always try to sit there and just boom, 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 paint the picture, dream big. So first things first, when somebody comes in, I say, look, you know, I want to know why you're doing the business. You know, people don't care what you know until they care that you know, or what is the quote, whatever it is. People don't care what you know until they know that you care. So first thing, I sit down and I kind of paint that picture out. Now, why I do that is I say, okay, what's your why? You know, I want to retire mom, or people say, I want to go save the whales. You know, I want to, you know, go put trees in this country, and, you know, I want to do this, and I want to build schools. And that's amazing. You know, we all want to do these things for society and for life and for legacy and generational wealth. But okay, you need to figure out what right now in that person. This is important. When you enroll somebody, look them in their face. Don't be nervous. You got to have posture, backbone. That's one of the most important things, whether it's retention or enrolling or anything, backbone. You know, I overheard a conversation the other day. Somebody said, oh, are you in one of those network marketing things? Are you one of those MLM things, one of those pyramid things? And what I heard somebody say was, they were like, they're kind of confused. They're kind of weak. They didn't know what to say. What I say when somebody says, are you in one of those network marketing things? I say, of course I am. If it wasn't one of these models, I most likely wouldn't touch it. You got to believe in what you're doing. You got to have that statement of approval by people's opinions who have the credibility. And most times I feel like people don't, they're taking advice from people with the least form of credibility. So guys, enrolling somebody, first thing I'm going to ask them is, look, what's your why? What are you doing this for? Short term, you know, are you behind your bills? What are you fighting with your girlfriend right now, right here? What's going to make you wake up tomorrow morning a little bit earlier? What's going to make you on the drive home from this meeting not listen to Little Uzi Vert or to Drake's new album or to the Mia Mia, the Bad Bunny? What's going to right now enable you to go home and drive to some personal development? Let me recommend you a book, Business of the 21st Century, right? Eric Ward, GoPro. Jim Rohn, Building Your Network Marketing Business. Get people on immediately. So figure out their why. Next thing I do is I go through simply, and this creates duplication. Once you have an organization that's focused on actually caring about people as opposed to a money-driven organization, people always focus on goals or ranking up or this or chairman or pips. Guys, focus on what people want to be sold upon. Focus on what they want, and nothing will stand in the way of them. Next thing I do is I realistically sit them down, because the reason why most people quit an MLM, they're overhyped. They're over-exaggerated. You know, they come to a meeting, they hear, you know, pips or forex, or turn my phone into a mobile ATM. No way. They're literally just like, no, this is so crazy. I think somebody's telling me my mic's not working. Okay, never mind. But people are over exaggerating. You know, that you enroll people, dude, you're going to go chairman in 90 days, retire your parents. You know, that's good and all to get them excited, get them seeing forward, get them seeing what they want to do, but don't over exaggerate. Keep it realistic. You know, as much as we talk about dream big, keep it real with people and don't over exaggerate. So what I do is I say, look, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Number 1, how many hours per week are you willing to dedicate into this business? So write that down. How many hours per week are you willing to dedicate to this? Now, and here's the craziest part. Your biggest, how do I put this? One of your most successful, I'd say, tools is to be able to overcome objection. So when people say, I don't have time, you know, let's say, oh, well, I'm working a full-time job, you know, I'm working 40 hours, 50 hours a week. I only think I can put maybe, you know, this much time, you know, 10 hours, 15 hours, 20 hours a week. I try to really expand their mind. I try to get them to see the bigger picture. You know, most people spend 3 hours a day on TV. Most people play video games. They're on Snapchat. They're on this. They're playing Fortnite. They're doing that. Most people bullshit with their time. So if you want to be serious, build that organization. Build it with the backbone from the ground up. These are the little conversations that carry on, because the way that you enroll people, guess what? The reason why I'm kind of going through this is because the way that you enroll somebody, okay. For example, if you enroll somebody an hour away from your house, and you say, well, dude, he's like an hour away, bro. You spent like 8 hours trying to hunt this guy down, enroll him, bring him to an event. He's an hour away, bro. I just don't want to drive that far. Drive an hour away. If somebody lives that close to you, go meet with them. Launch them properly. Get them off their ass. When I came into network marketing, what my upline did, he would hawk me at my house. He would come over, and he would get me to start making moves. And yeah, it's uncomfortable to get told no. Yeah, it's uncomfortable to make my list. But he would sit there and say, look, bro, if you're not going to make calls right now, if you're not going to do meetings, why am I here right now? I have other things to do. I'm going to go to a 6-figure income with or without you. Fear of loss, right? You know, you don't need anybody. That's one of the biggest things about backbone and posture. Don't feel like you need anybody. One of my biggest issues and problems in network marketing was clinging on to my friends, trying to help all my homies come up. Everyone just make it. But the reality is, like Jim Rohn says, you can carry 1 person on your back. You can maybe carry 2 people on your back, but you're not carrying 3 and not 4, 5, 6. So you can't help everybody. Guys, work with the people that deserve your time. So when I'm launching, I give everybody that, you know, initial first jumpstart, right? So I'm saying, look, how many hours a week? They say 20, awesome. I break down their time for them, 168 hours in a week. Well, what are you doing with the other 20 hours in your week after sleep, this, that, the other, right? So, okay, break it down. Boom, 20 hours a week. Then I say, how much money a month working your 20 hours a week, Martha, is worth it to you? So you're working 20 hours a week. So every month, what is worth it for you? What kind of income is like, you know what, this is good. This is, you know, I like this. I say, let's see, $1,000 a month, right? This is important. I get them to write this down. I write this down too. Third is I say, okay, now, Martha, $1,000 a month you want to make, right? Now, you're willing to work 20 hours a week. Now, answer me this. The third question being, how long are you willing to work for in this business, putting 20 hours a week in until you make $1,000? Until you make $1,000 before you start thinking about quitting. So how many months, how many weeks are you willing to go until you start thinking about quitting? And you've been putting in 20 hours a week, but you're not making $1,000 yet. Now, so 90 days, cool. This is important because most people, believe it or not, they come in, they're like, yo, look, listen, bro, I want to put in like 10 hours a week. I'm trying to make like 10 grand a month, and I'm trying to do it in my first 90 days. Now, we know that's not realistic, right? Can happen, but it's not very realistic. You got to be able to give them that realistic barrier. Also, with expectations, because we know that when people come on, if they start trading with a live account, I'll get into this in a second, but they start trading, they're going to blow their account, do this, that, the other. And if they blow an account or people tell them no, they're going to quit because their expectation was way over the top. So those are a couple things that I use. And then also, I give them a call to action. So what I say is, look, are you trying to make a little money or a lot of money? I kind of go into, look, here's your first 30 days. I kind of give them a 90-day game plan. Matt Rosa has a good video on this as well where he goes into the forex part. I won't go into that because you want to get them utilizing demo. You don't want them to go live right away. That was my biggest issue building this kind of business. Very risky if you just have everyone come in building live. Have them go demo. And this is like basic stuff. But if you don't simply sit down and really implement it into your team, the littlest things, people saying, no, I can do it. I can go talk to my friend. I don't need to do an event. I don't need to utilize the system or PS3 or edification, or I don't need to go demo. Little things like this is what will destroy a culture and destroy retention. So last but not least, I say, look, first of all, stories sell, facts tell. So I'll say, look, in your first 30 days, what are you trying to do? Do you think that you can find 2 friends, working 20 hours a week, 2 friends, 2 and it's free, will break even your first month, going into your next month, you won't pay again. Do you think you can find 2 people? Okay, cool. I say, look, are you an overachiever or an underachiever? Most people are going to say I'm an overachiever. I'm going to say I'm an underachiever. When they say that, I utilize it for this. I say, okay, cool. Your first 30 days, I say, look, underachievers, they just get their 2 and they're free, 30 days. This guy did it, Sally did it, blah, blah, blah. Overachievers, they do it their first hour in the business. This guy did it. Bro, this girl did it. I did it. My first 30 minutes in the business, boom, I had my 3, blah, blah, blah. Show them the stories. Tell stories. Now, also, with stories, I like to utilize people that are relatable. Brandon Boyd, father of 6 kids, he's married. I'm not going to go try to talk to a 18-year-old kid thinking about going to doing this, living at home with mom. I'm not going to try to relate Brandon's story of success to his story. I'm going to try to go out there and find another teenage person seeing success in the business, or somebody younger that can relate to his story. So also the way you tell stories, very important. Give utilization of credibility. Next, I'll go into the second month. Give them that 90-day game plan. I'm very straight with people. I say, look, you just paid $200 for a business. If you're not willing to commit 90 days, I simply cannot work with you. It's better you honestly take your money and, use it for something else if you're not willing to commit 90 days. Now, that kind of backbone, that kind of fear of loss factor, a lot of people just want to kind of suck people in and just get them to go, 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 go. But when people see you're serious, they're going to take it upon themselves. So second month, I say, look, once again, underachiever, I've seen people do, platinum 150. Overachievers, bro, platinum 1000. This girl did it her first month. This guy in his second month. And then throughout the 90-day game plan. So I don't want to touch up too much of that. I want to kind of go into some more questions. I see people just going crazy in the chat box. I hope that kind of helped you with retention. Overall, beyond anything, I think that the 3 things that cause people to quit is going to be lack of education. They just get told by ignorant people about network marketing. It's a scam, it's a scheme. Number 2, they have no connection to Upline. Guys, sometimes you're close enough to relate, but not far enough away to motivate an income, lifestyle, whatever it may be. So when you have people on your team, they like you, they love you, they don't respect you, because familiarity breeds contempt. They're always around you, your homies, your dudes, your girls. Get them plugged into the mentors. Get them plugged into the uplines. Takes 2 seconds. Call your upline. Call your chairman upline. Hey, bro, just enrolled my new friend Sally here. I'm really excited. Blah, blah, blah. Edify the upline. Boom. Cross-edify back to your new enrollment. Dude, you know what, Jason? Reason why I think she's going to kill it is because in high school, dude, she was freaking blah, most coolest person, whatever it may be, right? Boom. Edify. 30 seconds on a call. That person's ecstatic. The way you edify, right? Edification is huge. So I would always do that. Enroll people, boom. Yo, I would be in countries enrolling people, boom. FaceTime in, Alex, boom. FaceTime in Jason, boom. FaceTime in another chairman. Yo, dude, just real quick, just wanted to say, hey, we're super excited. Bro, that gets people so stoked. So get people connected. Also is going to be using the products. Now, we know damn well that the products work. Swipe trades alone. Each product itself can be sold for $200. The company with no products can be sold for $200 a month, and I would pay it just for the network and the membership to network with people. So guys, we know the products work. If people are making money, if they're breaking even, if they're seeing success, we know what kind of reaction people have when they see they're making dollars or cents in the markets with their money. So get people in the products, get people connected, and get people educated. So next question, somebody said my favorite book. I don't think I have a favorite book. I think that one of my favorites to read would probably be Managing Oneself by Peter Drucker. It's a great book, Managing Oneself. He created the modern day MBA. Can you talk about building international teams? Yes. So really quick, I want to go into kind of just like some meat and potatoes about what do you do when you're on tour? Because I know that a lot of people, they tour, they train, they work. I've seen people in the business. There were people who got in when I got involved, and we had signed up at the same time. And this is no shade on anybody, but a lot of people just stay stuck at ranks. They were a plat 1 for this many months, and it's all through seasons. In my first 2 years, I was stuck at a platinum 600 rank for like 2 years, having to grow myself, learn, and it comes with it. The more that you grow, the more your income grows. But what I learned from touring is it is very important what you do on tour. Some people think you go as an event, you do this, or more so building internationally. How do you get to going to international? I mean, social media is very prevalent, very easy. If I could break it down into a 10-second nutshell, if you go on Instagram, if you go on Facebook, there's search bars. You can type in people who live in this country. You can just go find. I mean, guys, just go out there and connect. If I can give you anything about finding people to friend and work with international, it's just go plant seeds. I would go out there and just plant seeds, connecting, building my social media. And as soon as I would find people online, you look at a person like Ivan Briongos, this individual, when I first started working with him, he was living in his parents' attic. I was in my mom's basement, and we would talk about it on Zoom calls. I'll never forget, one day, we'll do this, and one day we'll make a 6-figure income or be a millionaire. And we would talk about it. And, when I first went out to him in IML, he had just hit Platinum 2000. Adrian was Platinum 1000. Albert was Platinum 150. And now all of them are Chairman 10s. And Ivan Briongos is now a Chairman 50. He's now a millionaire in the company. Results aren't typical, income disclosure. But if you look at that, I mean, when we went out there, we would just start building. Fernando Madero, when he came into the business, I met him through social media. I met Fernando Madero through a Facebook message. I opened it. I read it. He said, look, I'm willing to go all in. Most people would look at that and say, I'm not going to Mexico. I'm just giving you guys some raw truth. It is risky. It does take, energy to do that. It takes sacrifice. But, guys, these are the things that allowed me to compress time frames. I look at this success thing. I look at this whole entire thing as, how can I compress time frames? How can I get the chairman the fastest? How can I get my team to rank up the fastest? How can we blow this up now? I don't want to be, like Drake said, I don't want to be rich when I'm 40. I'm trying to make it now, right? So whether you're 40, 50, 60, whatever, but the idea is compress time frames. So, and I couldn't do that before. I had a child, I had a girlfriend, I had a house, I had bills. I didn't have money for flights. I didn't even have a passport. I didn't even have money for a passport. So how do you do these things, right? How do you build international? I mean, guys, utilize social media, get creative, go study it, go use Google, figure it out online. I'm not going to say online systems. Somebody just said, what online systems do you use? I don't use funnels and this and capture pit. No, if you look at all the top 200 earners, a lot of them being in IML, if you look at all of the top 200 income earners in the entire network marketing industry, few of them are in IML. None of the 200 online people you see, they're not all online marketers. All of them are builders. They go build. So, you can have the best funnel, the best this, but that's not what's going to get you success. What's more so is building relationships. And it's just about literally going out there and just caring about people. I mean, for years, guys, I can't even tell you. And, I'm on the call right now. I think I saw Shabazz on here. He can say it for himself. Shabazz is a Chairman 10 now on my team, and people probably think, this guy just, probably brought him in because he did this or because he had the rank. And I hear a lot of people oftentimes they say, oh, if I had that kind of income, I would travel. Or, oh, if I was that rank, I would do that. No. People say, oh, if I was a millionaire, I would do that. No. You do it, and then you become the millionaire. No. You do it, and then you go chairman. So, Shabazz is on the call. He knows that he hit me up, not because I was the better recruiter, not because I was maybe the better presenter, or I was a better this, or I better videos or cooler quotes on my Facebook. The reason why Shabazz came into the business with me straight up was because there was a group full of leaders, in IML and this company, that company. They're all hawking him. Yo, dude, join my team, bro. Yo, hey, man, dude, lock a spot in, bro. And it's like, Heath Ledger, the guy who played Joker and Batman, one of the quotes he said is, we live in a society today where so many people, they're always concerned of, what the weather is, how's this, what's that, how's your job going, but they never ask, are you truly happy? First thing I ask people when I talk to them is, bro, I hope you're happy, bro. Hope you're healthy. How's your family? And every time Shabazz and I talked, never talked about business, always talked about family, always talked about how you're doing. And just, it's real. There's no secret. You want to build this network, it's relationships. This whole entire game of network marketing is personal development and building relationships. So it took time. It didn't just happen overnight. It didn't just happen when I joined the company, I went chairman, or this guy went chairman. It was years. You know, when I came into Imarketslive, I hit chairman in 90 days, but those 90 days represented years of work, years of relationships, years of putting in the time. So for you guys who go international, go out there, utilize Facebook, utilize social media, utilize these tools, and you can meet people. It's so simple. And, you know, I think I saw, I feel so bad. I forget her name. She's out there in Arizona. She's a leader crushing it. I know she's on Cash's team and Emery's team, but I think she built a team in Czech Republic through social media. I've witnessed this. People doing this in front of my face. It got to the point where it was so big. Now Alex is out there. Look at that. Boom. Yeah, Alicia, she built a team. I'm pretty sure she got through social media. Boom. Worked her ass off. Didn't play games. Sacrificed the Friday night. Sacrificed this. Went all in. Went hard. You know, everyone else is doing this. She was grinding, working with the Czech teams on webinars. Guys, we have a Zoom. Like, guys, ask yourself this question. If it was 1980, how the hell did these Amway millionaires build their businesses? No online, no back offices, no websites to sign up. It was all paper applications. Can you imagine this? No social media, no DMs, no this, no Snapchat, no anything. So we're in today's society. How easy is it? There's a plethora of, we live in a world full of what? People. That's why I see people have these scarcity mindsets. You know, they're like, oh, you know, my friends won't do it, or I live in this city. And it's like, no, dude, that doesn't matter. I live in it. This city I grew up in has less than 70,000 people in it. You know, I see a lot of people here, they always go, well, I live in this city. I can't really get out of it. Well, Facebook was built in freaking Boston, bro. So you can't make that excuse anymore because it's now that day and age. So go on, use the search bars. Go on Instagram, type in locations. You can literally go to gyms in Barbados. You can go to clubs in Paris. You can go to colleges in Venezuela. Anywhere in the world you can start networking. And that's what I would do day by day. On top of actually going out there, you can't build a dynasty. You can't build an empire behind a screen. You can't build it behind your phone. But then again, look at these leaders. Emulate them. Don't imitate them. Emulate them. Look at what these leaders are doing. They're using their social media awareness. They're going out there. They're being different. They're being outliers. The reason why I've seen some success is because I would observe the masses, do the opposite. If everybody's doing something, it's an average action. So what I would do is I would say, you know what? Let me follow. People ask, why do you only follow one person on Instagram? Because I'm focused. Dude, so many times I hear, do you know about this? Do you know about that? No. Did you see this guy? They broke up. No, I did not see that. Dude, did you hear this guy just did this? No, I actually don't even know that. Because I'm focused on what I want to focus on. Guys, outwitting the devil, Napoleon Hill talks about this. It's so crucial. He talks about how you got to control your mind. Because when you start drifting, that's the devil taking your mind. All that empty space of you not knowing what the hell you're doing. So control that energy, right? So just have focus. I would only, social media can be a distraction. And, it can be, girls, this, that, Halloween costumes, Kardashian, your favorite rappers, or it's cool. But I would follow, turn the post notifications on for all of the six-figure earners, all the chairman 100, all the millionaires. I would just follow, focus, do what they did. I would see how they did it. I would take it. I would make it my own. I would twist it up, and I would put it into my own marketing. Be consistent, guys. Go out there. Dude, these phones now, these iPhones are better than these are better than cameras. Are they not? These are literally like SLRs, DSLRs. You can take these cameras. You can go out there, make your own, be creative. Guys, it works. So that's how to build online. I'd say when you start getting into these countries, one thing that I do, very applicable, when I'm doing the events, I teach this at my trainings. I don't have too much time here, but what I taught at my trainings all around the world that had so much explosion in our teams was how at the end of trainings, I would go into different things, but I would teach the invite. It's very key, very crucial. Most people don't know how the hell to invite. And if you don't know how to do something, you're not confident on how to do it. So I would teach the invite, give them the posture, and we would just blitz the hell. I have it right here, the list. You go through, you sit there, hey, make a list right now, quick, 20, 30, 40, 50 people. And I would do little incentives. I'd say, hey, look, first, second, third prize. I remember I did it in Portugal. I'll never forget this. Jason Brown, myself, we promoted for a month for an event out there in a hotel, right? We get out there, my buddy, Andre, the rest of the team, they're super excited. We pack out an event, Albert's there, Chairman 10. There's about 150 people in Portugal, in Lisbon, the first time we went there to do like a launch, right? Jason went home the next day. Albert left. I decided to stay for a couple more days. The very next day, we hosted a training in an Airbnb. It was an unscheduled training, right? At the training, what we did was what I taught at the very end was a call to action. See, so many times you're trying to work with your teams and do these things, but give them a call to action or just show them you're doing the damn thing. People see me when I'm enrolling, I'm launching, I'm working with teams. I don't have to talk. You know, people can't hear what you're saying, they'll just see what you do. So while I'm there, I'm teaching the invite. At the end of it, I do a little incentive. I say, look, now for any of those who go out there and get over this many enrollments, I say, look, 10 people you bring to the event. So if you bring more than 10 people to the event, you qualify. First, second, third. I was giving euros away and little prizes, you know, little mentorship things, and they were hyped up. Guys, people are gassed. And at the end of it, I said, look, right now we're going to have a power hour. At the end of that power hour, we just sat there and just promoted like mad. We had no venue for the day, the next day. We had no promotion, no website, no tickets, no nothing. They just spent a month promoting an event, website, videos, marketing, the whole month. They did 150 people in a month. The next day, did a training, taught the invite, call to action, boom, went all in for an hour. Literally, it's nuts. It looks like a boiler room. People are running around, just bomb, 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 bomb. Right there. The next day, I booked a room for 200 people. The leaders were nervous. Bro, I don't think we get 200, blah, blah, blah. I said, look, trust the process. When I get there, there's people standing in the hallway. And I'm like, yo, why are people in the hallway? Let's get them in. I don't like when people are in the hallways. You know, set the mood, get them in. And he said, look, the reason why people are standing in the hallways is because the whole room is packed. 200 seats were already filled. There's over 200 people at that event. And when we did the event, the number one person who won the prize for bringing the most new people to the event, most new people, he wasn't even a Platinum 150. He was brand new. The training was like his first week in the business, first month in business. The next day, he brought 17 new people, and he won the number one place prize. 17 new people to the event. One person, and that was like his first training. Wasn't even a Platinum 150. But we did a 3-hour training, boom, fired up. Did it in Colombia. We did an event of 350 people in Cali, Colombia with David Dominguez, Platinum 5000. Next day, did a training. At the training, I'm like, look, we had a small little training, like 15, 20 people. Oh, and by the way, Lisbon, there was maybe 2, 3 Platinum 1000s, a few Platinum 600s, and a couple Platinum 150s. 2 months later, they went from an event of 150 to 800 people. Alex Moore and myself, we did an event there of 800 people 60 days later after an event of 150 people. Guys, teaching applicable things. People need to learn these skill sets. So when you go into cities, actually work with your teams. The time spent, you know, doing other things, actually dive deep down. So when it comes to international, I say take the chance. You know, I wanted to show you guys this real quick. You know, we don't just flash money, guys. We flash boarding tickets. This is goals on goals. In network marketing, I never even took a flight my whole entire life. Look at this. This is hundreds of boarding tickets the past, 2-3 years. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boarding tickets. Hundreds. You know what you guys don't see? What everybody sees is they go, oh my God, he's a Chairman 100. Oh my God, he's on stage. Oh my days. Look at the car he's in, or look at the house, or look at this, or look at his Instagram, or look at Jason Brown. Or, oh, dude, Matt Rosa just got this car. Do you see Alex's watch, bro? But you know what they don't see? Is they don't see, oh, shit, this guy hit Platinum 2000 and quit my team. Or, oh, dude, in these cities right here, everyone said no. Dude, in this city, I was freaking lost and terrified for my life. I got my Rolex stolen off my wrist in this city. Or, oh, wait, shit, my book bag got stolen in this meeting in San Francisco because Terry was like, dude, go meet the leader, met the leader, had a fantastic dinner, come to my car. Oh, shit, passport stolen. Can't go to the tour with Jason and Matt or Alex next month. Oh, wait, my phone was in there, thousands of dollars. Oh, my laptop was in there. Oh, wait, here's Barcelona they didn't see. Oh, wait, lost this. Oh, these leaders, they actually just went to another company. Oh, right here, I went to this country. We did Starbucks meetings for a couple of days. Now they quit. Guys, they think it's just all fantasy. And they want to, bro, people want to have the $1 million income, but don't want to put the $1 million work ethic in. Does that make sense? No. Guys, what's easy to live with is, what's easy to do is hard to live with. Listen to this. What's easy to do is hard to live with. What's hard to do is easy to live with. Now it looks easy. Now it looks simple. But no, bro. So many lonely nights. Money I didn't have. Oh, wait. Oh, I was behind on my eviction notices from my house. I went to Miami for a convention. Everyone said I shouldn't. I was crazy. But, oh, I got evicted from my house. Oh, they didn't see that. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. Right, guys? Look at this. This is some motivation as I finish off the call. These are all the hotels I stayed at this whole entire year. Look at this. Bro, this looks like a pack of Pokemon cards. This is crazy. These are all hotels. So people ask the international grind. And no, it's not, oh, Austin has money or Jason Brown is the chairman this or this guy has that money. That's why he does it. No, they did that. And that's why they acquired that money. That's why they acquired that lifestyle, because they put the action first. So when it comes to international, I'm not going to boo. I'm not going to lie to you. Get your passport, start tattooing your passport, start going other places, start going to other cities. Guys, familiarity breeds content. Some leaders say, hey, look, master, your city and then go global. No, why don't you just go global? If you have teams other places, I'm telling you, especially here in America, people are very, very comfortable. People have cell phones, they have heat, they have this. I've been in these third world countries. I was just in Congo. I was just in Africa in 5 countries. I see how they build out there. What's crazy is, I land, I'm just going to be very raw. On one tour last year, I land in a state in America. People wouldn't even pick me up from the airport. Now, I'm not saying you got to, put me on a pedestal, but at least when my upline, I don't care what rank he was, what income he was, I would go pick him up. You know why? I don't care about the damn gas money, because I'm going to learn what I can ask in questions. The quality of your questions determines the quality of your life. So I would always, how can I get around him for 5 minutes? The kind of questions I'll ask him, the kind of knowledge I'll learn in those 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Oh, well, it's an hour-long drive to the airport. Can you just take an Uber to your Chairman 25? Oh, bro, you're not going Chairman, bro. You just don't get it yet, right? So when I go to other countries, dude, oh my gosh, the kind of loyalty, respect, how hungry they are. Third world countries, second world countries. So guys, build global. Go out there, go global. I'm not going to lie to you. Maybe your upline doesn't teach you this. They want you to just build in your city. But guys, my uplines never taught me this. Once I saw the big guys in the industry going global, if you look at every millionaire on the list in the top 200, every single one, including Jason, myself, Matt, Gary McSween, Garrett Roberts, Yvonne, David, everyone, they're international builders. If you ask them, I guarantee you, go ask David Imarketslive, how much of your business is international? He's going to tell you way more than half. Go ask any of the chairmen. Go ask Garrett. Garrett, how much of your business is international? Bro, a lot. Thousands. So, guys, take this upon yourself to just use this call. I don't really think I have many points to kind of come to conclusion to. I was going through questions, but kind of just went off on the questions. But, guys, overall, I think that really your main focus right now is to stay focused. Because through the holidays, what we see is most people get distracted by the holidays. Christmas here, Thanksgiving here, family here. I'll be real. This time around, I'll be spending a little more time with my family. But for years, guys, I miss Christmases, I miss holidays, I miss birthdays, I miss Thanksgivings, I miss Mother's Days and Father's Days. The past 2 years, I remember last year. This is what people don't see. Last year, exactly a year ago, I was in Paris. We did 2 events from Paris. It was October. It was Halloween night. I called my son, FaceTimed him. I was so upset. Boom, couldn't be with him, blah, blah, blah. Work. Next day, boom, Chairman 100. In Belgium, people see that, but they don't see the grind. Sacrifice. Sacrifice the birthdays, so every day can be your birthday. Sacrifice maybe some time with family so you can give more time to your family, right? So through these holidays, be focused. Focus on the convention coming in March. That's all I'm building to. Millionaires in the industry, professionals, build to the events. Guys, get your teams to the events. It's just no hype. It's no lie. I don't have influence in this by your decision to go. Guys, events change lives. For every person you bring to an event, woo! I'm telling you guys, if you want to make a 6-figure income, bring 100 people to an event, right? For every person you bring, expect to add on $1,000 per year to your income. So I know that Chris Terry is coming on here. 2 more minutes. I don't want to take anyone else's time. Before that, guys, I want to give away these Dre beats to you guys. I know Chris is coming on here any second, so in 2 minutes. So really quick, guys, if you want to participate, go to Facebook real quick. Go to my last post where I posted the video from the Europe tour. I'm just going to go through and go ahead and tag 3 people. And right now I'm just going to select a random winner. I always do this in the 7-figure mentorship calls. I'm always giving away prizes and stuff. So if you guys want, I will go ahead and select somebody right now in the next 60 seconds. So appreciate you guys' time. Hopefully you guys found some sort of value on here. I didn't get to answer as many questions as I could. I wish I could just have like a 24-hour broadcast to be able to mentor and work with you guys in mastermind because, bro, best thing you can do is work alongside like-minded individuals. So I'm learning from you guys as much as you can learn from me. So guys, on my last post, it's right here. It's one that says click HD on my Austin Godsey page. I'm going to select somebody in the comment section right now. I'm going to give away a pair of Dre Beats, wireless ones. I feel that your efforts should be rewarded being on here, staying on the calls to the very end. I know a lot of people, they come on the calls, they think they know what they're doing. People get their ego up. You know, I was at an Yvonne Tapia event last year, and there was like 2 other chairmen in the room. I'm not going to say where it was, but there was a lot of other leaders in the room, right? I was chairman 100 at the time, and I was in my seat taking notes the whole time, learning. You know, I could have had an ego. There's people outside being, you know, they're giving webinars in the hallway. They're chatting in the back, laughing, taking photos. But I was taking notes the whole time with a 5-year-old kid next to me the whole entire time. I'm not trying to brag or boast, but that's the difference. Taking notes, staying humble, staying eager, staying teachable, staying coachable. So you guys staying on these calls, I'm challenging the other chairman to give away little prizes. Little prizes, bro. It's the holiday season. I encourage you guys to go out there and give back. I'm going to be getting out rent money this month for people who can't afford rent. Do all kinds of things. I saw every time I'm around Chris is always giving. Why is Chris Terry so successful? I don't know, because he gives so much. So guys, go give. So really quick, guys, I'm going to select a random winner in the post. Drum roll. In 10 seconds, I'm going to select one random winner on this post. Sheesh. Let's see. All right, here we go. The Dre Beats will be going to in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right, cool. Let's see. Refresh the page. Choose a random winner. Let's see. And the Dre Beats are going to go to, let's see. All right, so you guys can see. Hello, the brightness. I'm going to jump off here. I know Chris is coming on. But real quick, guys, I'm choosing randomly. So you can see, I'm just going. And the random winner on tonight's call for the Dre Beats will be, boom, Tiffany Piela. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Tiffany. Tiffany, claim your prize. Let's go. So, guys, love you all. Super excited. Oh, wait, Tiffany, you didn't type 3. That's right. Oh, she didn't. Oh, my goodness. Tiffany, I'm so sorry. Brian literally had to come out. Tiffany, oh, my days. You didn't type 3. I'm so sorry, darling. All right, here we go again. All right, ready? Boom. Oh, bro, Gustavo. Come on, Gustavo. You can afford 100 pair of Dre Beats, bro. You can buy me a pair of Dre Beats. Nah, it's an honor, though. Gustavo, our sincere swipe trade master, my GG. Love you, bro. I'm going to send you these. So I'll hit you up for your address. So, Gustavo, look what happens when, look, he's still on the webinars taking notes. That's why he's a winner. Winners win. So I love you guys. I will be posting the recording on my YouTube in a couple of days. So take care. Love y'all. Stay safe. Work smart. And love on, kids. Lego.